Thank you guys for being here.
Most welcome.
This is
Thank
for
you.
Michael. Michael, you're one of few folks that have been able to be in multiple generations of Transformer series, and you were in part of course, Robots in Disguise, 2001, a show that is criminally undervalued, in my opinion. So I'm wondering if you could just speak a little bit about some of the differences between your work in Generation 1 and your work in Robots in Disguise. I know that the voice sessions were different, but what was some of your experiences like, and did anyone ever say, hey, that guy was in the old one, can he tell us maybe how some of these characters are supposed to act?
Sometimes, yes, that was the case, but incredible difference between original animation and dubbing. Original animation, there was a huge collection of different talents coming together and make the thing happen, and the animation was the last part of it. Sometimes the animation would get a little off the track, and we'd have to come back in and maybe fill in a little bit with some extra dialogue or something like that. With RID, the show was done in Japanese, obviously, and then later languages all over the world. But the dubbing approach is how to make it a little more American, while still remaining true to what the Japanese right holders wanted for the characters because they owned the show. And I did write some of the scripts and directed some of the episodes, and got to do Hotshot and Ironhide. Ironhide, I have to tell you, Ironhide in RID sounded nothing like Cullen's Ironhide in Gen 1. Why? Because by the time they brought me in for him, they had 3 or 4 other characters that wound up stealing Cullen's voice first. So RID Ironhide, RID Ironhide was nothing like Peter. Hotshot I got to do out of whole cloth and bring him to life, and it was good to be a young Steve Stunning hero. That would be nice to do again. Oh, sorry, I'm back. But the dubbing process is one actor. You don't get to work with anybody else. If you're having a conversation, they're not there. So it's just one person in a booth and with the director and the engineer and another, and you get in your directions in the headphone. And you're watching what's happening on the screen, you're reading the script, watching the time code to try and get it matched, and if you're not close enough for what the dialogue is supposed to be, then you do it again and again and again until you hit it. And notwithstanding all the creativity that goes into original animation, dubbing is a potload harder. But we wound up coming up with a pretty good product, is the word we use, but a really good end result, and got to see some incredible creativity. My good friend Peter Spellos and his shark. Every time that shark would blow apart, you could see Peter going, it was fabulous. And where is he now? He's cooking, and he's also doing some conventions. But the talent on the dub version was really stellar. There's a whole different universe of people that do dubbing and looping than those who do original animation. So 2 entirely different experiences, and I love them both. And the only problem is that I tried to direct the characters the way they were originally, which was a lot slower than the way some of the other directors did, because it's something you got to do, whiz bang, pop, power, energy, kid speed. That's not the way he spoke.
So Michael, when you did the voiceovers, the animation was already completed?
For the second series.
Okay, because I know like Disney and some of these, they would do the voices first and then do the animation.
The original one, Gen 1, we did it, and then they animated to our performances. But with the dubbing stuff, they're bringing in programs, in this case from Japan, and they were well established there, so then we had to write the dialogue to fit what's going on, and then work in the studio and make it fit even better, and try and do characterization that someone wanted to hear and also please the director. Mostly it happened.
Thank you very much.
You bet.